The great woo, the great Grandad woo ding. The great Grandad woo ding's gonna do a thing.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. Here comes the great woo ding again, shuffling in. We're still sat on the floor in his new home, which is not so new anymore, but we're still sat on the floor. Yes, I've been looking through his collection of playing cards and found this yellow pack, which reminded me of a trick of Lennart Green's. I know Mark's done one or two Lennart Green's routines in the, I think it was in the monastery one, wasn't it? You did Lennart Green. I don't know if he's told you this. I love Lennart Green, and I sort of put Mark onto Lennart Green to say, you got to watch him, he's fantastic. I've seen him a few times live. I've had the, been fortunate enough to introduce him on lectures and things like that, and I just love him. I would say he's probably one, if not my favourite magicians. Now this is a trick of his, and it's called Something Happened. But as soon as I saw him do it, I thought it'd be great to do it with a yellow pack, and you'll see why. Because it's a story of a path, really. So I thought it ties in nicely with kind of the Wizard of Oz in the yellow brick road. So basically, it combines with something Mark asked me a few weeks ago. He says, "Can you do a trick, Dad, from a shuffled deck?" He said, "I'd like to do tricks from a shuffled deck." So what about you open that deck then and you shuffle them, and then you know the trick is from a shuffled deck. So open your yellow deck and shuffle them, so that you know there's no key cards or setups or anything like that. Okay. So Mark, the great woo ding, is going to shuffle the pack to his heart's content, so that he's happy that I don't know any order of any card or what's on the top or the bottom. That can't give me any clue whatsoever to the outcome of this little effect. You'll notice there is another pack in shot here. I'm going to use that to do a prediction in a minute. So the reason I thought this trick would work nicely with the yellow pack is to go along the theme of Yellow Brick Road, really, and your pathway through life, because you've been on quite a journey yourself, with going down to London for 3 years and studying your theology, and then becoming a curate recently here in Leyland. So I thought this represents your road so far, really. So like the Wizard of Oz and the Yellow Brick Road, we're going to make a pathway out of these cards. So for instance, like alright, so we've got like the Yellow Brick Road, and this represents like a path through your life so far. That's the general idea of this. But I'm going to ask you to think of a place that means a lot to you, sort of in your life so far. Okay, and I'm going to ask you to remove some cards in a minute off the pack. Okay. So we'll get that out. Now, before we actually do this, so you've got to think of a place that means a lot to you in your life so far. A place that I couldn't know. Well, I will know it. I might know it. But, if you're doing this with a normal spectator, you wouldn't know what place they're thinking of. Obviously, I'm familiar with a lot of places in your life, but it can be anywhere. You can make one up if you like. I'm going to make a little prediction from this pack here. Now it's a bit different because you might see the prediction from where you're sat there. So I'll put it at an angle here like this. Okay. Let me think. So I've got to try and gauge. Okay, I'm going to go with this card here. So I don't know if you can or can't see it, but you can't see that from that angle.
Not from
you can see it on the screen. So that's not going to move from there. Okay, that is the prediction. Of mine about the result of this journey of yours along the Yellow Brick Road of life. Okay, so what I want you to do, I'm not going to look here, but from the top of the pack you need to remove the number of cards from the top of that pack that spell the name of the place you're thinking of that means a lot to you. So it could be a city, a town, a place, as long as you know how to spell it. And remove, I'll look away and just remove that number of cards from the top of the pack. And hide them so I don't know. So the number of letters of the place that you're thinking of, okay? So you're thinking of a place that means a lot to you in your life so far. And however many that is, you take them off and hide them away. So I don't know, I haven't sort of been listening to you counting them or anything like that.
Done it.
You've done it? Okay. So we'll put the path back out here. These are all the paving stones. Okay, so there's the prediction there. Okay, so this is the path going through your life here. Okay, so I don't know this place you're thinking of, do I?
No.
So therefore I couldn't know how many letters are in that name.
No.
What we're going to do on your journey, you're going to sort of get your fingers from this end and start walking along your journey, your path, your own personal yellow brick road, and you stop at the number of letters of this special place that you're thinking of.
Stop on the last letter.
On the last letter of that. So, for instance, I mean, I don't want to get, like, for instance, if it is here, Leyland, Leyland, and you stop on Leyland, okay? If it was York, obviously York, and you stop here. So you are going to end up on depending on what place you're thinking of. So, I couldn't possibly know what place you are thinking of.
No.
No, so would you like to reveal it now and then start your journey from here? And you can tell us, it doesn't matter. So tell us the place.
Bernays.
Bernays?
Yes.
Is that one word or two?
They're 2 words. Bernays.
Bernays.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you I don't even know how you spell that. So you spell that then as you go, take one step at a time.
B-U-R-N.
Yes.
N-A-Z-E.
Okay, so that card spells the end of Bernays, correct?
Yeah.
If you had have chosen York, you would have ended up, King of Hearts. If you had chosen Leyland, Leyland's the same as Bernays, isn't it? So I think that's 8. So I don't know, you could have chosen London where you're originally, London. London would have, ended up there. Did you see that? Premature revelation. Okay, so anyway, well, you saw that then. My prediction was the 9 of spades, okay? Here's the card that you ended up on, all right, from the place. Turn it over, show the camera. Is it? I wasn't sure that would work or not. It is 9 of spades. It's great, isn't it?
And it's my pack, isn't it?
It's your pack. You just shuffled them before you started, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, so that's a Lennart Green routine called Something Happened. But I've just thought, I've always wanted to do it with this idea of the pathway in the yellow brick road and then tying it in with like a personal story. Yeah, hope you liked it. I have been the great Grandad Woo.
The great woo, the great Grandad Woo ding, the great Grandad Woo ding just did a thing.